welcome back. I am DM Charlie, and we missed you last week. When last we left off, our adventurers were wandering through the murky, mucky land of Hither, their companion, Sadie Stillwater, having bravely accepted the offer, the ask, the request of the Sarastes, the Moose Snake, the Watcher, to stay and be its companion for, well, it implied eternity, but who knows with fey creatures how long that was. After having dealt with the Devilkins, had their questions answered about what was going on here in this particular chunk of Prismere, the three of them moved on. As they got further and further away, well, it began to weigh heavier and heavier upon young Obrik, who at last turned and excused himself and said he could not stand leaving Sadie behind. As soon as he disappeared around the bend, a noise was heard in the bushes ahead of Bobbi and Oak, and out sprang a creature that Oak had known from some long time ago, another Harengon, donning a long blue scarf. And he introduced himself, and Oak knew immediately who he was, and he was Agdon Longscarf, the bandit that has apparently been wreaking much havoc, possibly at the behest of Bevelorna Brightstraw, the hag who rules this section of Prismere. As where we left off, that is where we are going to begin this week with Wild Beyond the Witchlight. Welcome, everyone. I have missed you all. How have you been?
Good.
Wonderful.
Everybody just leaps right
Wonderful.
into it. Mitch, Laura, how was your cruise? How was the Caribbean?
Oh my God, so
Ooh.
beautiful.
Atlantic. It was actually Bermuda,
Yeah.
so it was in the Atlantic. It
Yeah.
wasn't the Caribbean.
Oh, it's in the Atlantic. Oh, in the triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't go extra down in.
Yeah.
It still had that
Very
like
cool.
blue water though. It was really pretty.
It was wonderful. We had a great time. Absolutely. Yeah.
Nice. Now the important question: how was the D&D, and how was your dungeon master?
Jeremy Cobb, 3 Black Halflings, was phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can't say enough good things about him.
Very good.
Very cool.
And then
Very cool.
the one shot that we had, Randall, there were only supposed to be a few of us, and then he ended up with like 6 more people at the table, and he just handled it flawlessly.
Randall Brown.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah.
I have so many questions about that, and I'm sure a lot of people watching are curious. Like the whole idea of taking a cruise and playing D. Did you play D&D every day then?
Mm-mm.
Not quite. The days that we were in port, we did port things.
Yeah, just like vacation.
One of the days we came back and played, but we got a good 15 hours or so in on the boat, and then another 3 hours on the island when we did the one shot. So,
and honestly, I could have played more.
Yeah.
I could have done 2 games a day. I mean, it was fun.
How long were the sessions?
Oof.
They were supposed to be 3 to 4 hours.
I think the first one was 6, and then the last one was
about right.
7.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh,
Or
wow.
6.
Yeah.
Well,
We could
roughly.
We could spend this entire
Anyway.
session just like
We were
how'd this work? What they
overachievers.
have? Yeah.
Right, exactly.
That's very
Yeah.
very cool. That
Yeah, it was
Dang.
crazy fun.
Yeah, good time.
yeah. I bet that's awesome. Well, I'm
Charlie, you'd
glad
be
you
fine
had
if
fun
I
too.
just invited 6 of my closest friends to join us on the stream next week, right? That'd be fine.
It's just
Yeah. I mean,
Extra box.
I
Just
have
that
in
extra
my
box
DMing
there.
past had to say the phrase "Everybody have your action ready." Table 3. I would like to get through a whole round of combat tonight. So okay, Mitch
Jeez.
and Laura, who are you playing tonight?
Ladies first.
Hi y'all, I'm Laura, and I'll be playing the extremely gullible Sadie Stillwater from Blasted Bayou. Want to make a deal? Sadie's your gal.
Blasted by you. Okay. And Mitch, who are you playing?
I will be playing Obrik Coppertop, Witchlight Monarch and former squire to the great Sir Talavar.
Okay, that's right. Released from your oath.
Briefly.
Briefly.
Moving around, we haven't seen them for a while. Dana, how are you? How have you been?
I have been great, but I have missed y'all. My name is Dana Floberg. I use they, them pronouns, and so does Bobbi Glimmerstitch, the dwarven bard who I am playing this evening, who is just as delighted to be back in the driver's seat.
We are very excited that they are back. And last but not, well, no, wait, we've got two more. Benji, we're going to do you. You won't be last this week. Benji, how are you? Who are you? And who are you playing, please?
Well, you're on mute, Benji.
It's the best acting
He's playing a
done
mime
his
tonight.
whole life. Yeah, exactly.
No way I've been muted this whole time. That's ridiculous. Anyway, take two. Hey, I'm Ben Salazar, and I'll be playing Oak Lightstride, who makes dumb mistakes like that, but he's at least cute when he does it. That's my
You're both
dig.
so cute. It's
Okay,
charming.
yep, and he's cute when he does it. That's all we care about. Shut up, look pretty. Let's move along. All right. So, and then down beneath me, DM Warrior. How are you, Chuck?
Hey guys, I'm Chuck. I am playing the lovely NPC and fairy dragon knight Sir Talavar. So I will be helping my companions through their trials and tribulations and pointing out some ways they can improve techniques along the way.
This is like when my cat helps me pack.
Sorry.
That really, 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 really is the truth.
I'm going with you, right?
For sure.
let's close our eyes for a moment and picture a place far, far away from hither. A place far, far away from the Fey realms, back in the mortal realms, up in the high, cold mountains in the far east of the mortal realms, where we find a dwarven holt, the Grey Iron Holt, a stolid clan of industrious and traditional dwarves who work the seams of ores and minerals and produce clever goods for trade to the halflings and humans down in the lowlands. It is amongst these dwarves that we find dwarven sire, Master Goldhammer, and his wife, the traditional and kind of staid Jarl's daughter. They have a child known as Bobbi. Bobbi doesn't really fit in. What is life like for you, Bobbi, growing up with Master Goldhammer and your mother, Jarl's daughter?
I think Bobbi spends a lot of their time as a teenager doing the classic teenager thing of, well, they know best anyway, and they're going to go do their own thing. I think probably at the time that we're zooming in, Bobbi's got given themselves a sort of a mohawk situation and been painting their eyebrows pink. They have like a little bit of a close shave, like not really a beard, not traditional, but very close. Just a little sharp fuzz on the cheeks. They spend most of their time trying to acquire various fashion books, any sort of information from the outside world where people wear colors and occasionally bedazzle things.
All right. As we know from the backstory that you and I have discussed, Bobbi's father is supportive and understands Bobbi's sartorial bent and aims, even while Bobbi's mother tends to frown down her nose about it. So Master Goldhammer has arranged to have a meeting to set up your apprenticeship with Guildmaster Gray of the Guild of Clothiers, Outfitters, and Garment Makers. You walk into the large workroom and you see that it is squared away. Not a lot of color. people very stolidly, the dwarves, cutting away at patterns and patterns, working on work clothes, gloves, things of that nature. And Gray approaches you and with a brusque and dour expression, "Oh, so you're young Bobbi. You're Goldhammer's git, are ya? Want to work for the clothiers, do you?"
Well, I'd like to, I mean, first of all, I do think I'd like to make a couple changes around here for if we're gonna be working together. It's sort of you know, like, I think maybe this sort of the beige is really not kind of my vibe. But,
Gray
you know,
looks
it's
around
great.
when you say beige.
All the clothes, and the fact that they're all beige. You know, like, it's a look. It is a look, but I really think that I could bring something new to this opportunity if I was given enough freedom and space to grow as an artist.
Artist.
So that's what I did a semester in with the theater in Neverwinter. And they did, I mean, it was like an internship, but they'd let me do some actual designing.
Design.
And like
right?
that was kind of a big deal. It was like lead intern, so.
Oh, so you say you like to work with a palette of colors then? Is that what I'm hearing
absolutely.
you say, Bobbi? Well, then
Yeah,
you'll be
a
pleased to
big
know
palette.
that we use a complete palette of colors here. Charcoal grey, slate grey, ash grey, steel grey,
Yeah.
dove grey, and occasionally off-white.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more like all of the other colors except for that one. Or those ones. You know, like big fan
Gray
of purple.
scratches his beard and he looks around. What other colors are there? I suppose if you want to get really fancy and really crazy like them humans down in the valley, like brown, maybe can, but you know,
I was thinking. Yeah, something more like, and Bobbi will do like a pose as they've inevitably. Bobbi's been sewing their own clothes since they could steal a needle from someone, and it's just like, you know, it's asymmetrical. It's a lot of colors. Bobbi has a developing fashion sense at this point, and it has always been maximalist. So it's a lot. It's like I think there is a little bit of brown. Like the shirt is burlap, but it has just in in purple rhinestones, just bedazzled potato sack across it. Is there like this is actually a political statement about beauty and who gets to be beautiful in our society. But you see, there's like, it's not just the brown, it's the purple and then the green down here as well. And there's all the other colors that all of the other people outside of this clan use all the fucking time. We could use all of them. In fact, we could use all of them at once.
Is developing a tick. It's developing a tick, and he's like, so you're saying, where did you discover this pattern? Did you steal it off of an elf or something?
No, I made it myself. But I did get a lot of inspiration from my semester in Neverwinter working with some very professional people.
You can tell that Gray, he's like starting to turn red up through his cheeks and whatnot, and he's like, so a semester, how long was this semester that taught you to make your own pattern? And looking up and down the tables, you notice there are, well, a handful of patterns. Dungarees, coveralls, work gloves, jumpers, aprons, and that's about it. And they're all like some shade of gray.
I've been making my own patterns since I was, since I stole some scissors. Stole my scissors. She didn't like that so much.
Making your own patterns? How old are you, Bobbi?
Whatever the dwarf equivalent is, like 17.
Like 30, like
these are things that has not bothered to remember.
All the clothiers, outfitters, and garment makers. You spend 72 years just learning to cut the gloves before we let you get to the thread. Colors, making your own patterns. Is this something you really want to do? You're talking like an elf. Oh, child.
Sir, with all due fucking respect, I already make my own patterns. And if what you're telling me is that you're gonna make me sit here for 72 years before you even let me do the stuff that I can already do without you, I'm not really sure what you're bringing to the table of this sort of professional relationship. Yeah.
Gray just kind of stares at you, and you can see that he is in an apoplectic kind of fit. His ears are bright red, and he's making small gurgling noises. And you look down at the line of dour gray tailors and seamstresses all sitting on the tables, and they're all kind of staring at you with their eyes like all like their mouths agog, their scissors all midway through their various shades of gray material, sewing the dungarees, coveralls, aprons, work gloves. And Gray's just like, I think you might want to go and have a think before. Oh! And he's just kind of shaking. You realize, though, you are a dwarf, Bobbi, and tradition, as independent as you are, and honoring, the clan and stuff is important. This is kind of an important moment. Bobbi, what are you going to do?
Bobbi is going to think about the fact that, one, this does not faze them. Everybody looking and being like, what? Because that has been Bobbi's whole childhood. And being like, whatever. I don't care. It's not what I'm about. But they know their dad did try to, get them this conversation. So they're going to make one last step and say, okay, you know what? I will try to explain this a little bit better. And is going to pull out their sketchbook. Which is, it is like a very basic sturdy leather folio, except that it has been fully embroidered in an aesthetic that is like punk rock Lisa Frank. Just a lot of rainbow, but a little bit edgy. And they're gonna just start. Okay, so see here, what I think we can do, so the asymmetry in this actually does a really interesting thing to show off different kinds of body types. And I think that you can see, I love an Elizabethan collar. It's just so much drama. And if you pair that with the balloon sleeves, these are some of the things that I've just been working on. I really think that we could bring something new to this. I do have a lot to learn in techniques of fabrication because nobody's ever bothered to teach me. They just are like, oh, Bobbi, maybe you should do something else. Oh, Bobbi, are you sure you want to be this way? And I'm like, yes, please help me be this way. And nobody's really about giving me the help to do that. So if that would be great. But what I'm trying to tell you is there is no reason that fashion should be for elves and tieflings. Fashion can be for everybody, and specifically in this case, I need you to understand that specifically, I know that fashion is for me. So this is what I think I can offer to the Guild of Clothiers, Outfitters, and Garment Makers.
Yeah, I know. Gray looks at you, looks at Bobbi, and his thick eyebrows knit together, and he leans forward and he says, well, even though I've known your papa for 250 years, indeed, even though he saved my life against some rampaging goblins what were come to steal a bolt of my finest charcoal grey suede, even though I have that debt, oh, young Bobbi, I'm afraid you'll never fit in the Guild of Clothiers, Outfitters, and Garment Makers. Nay, you're a dangerous radical young'un. You are creative. I can do nay with you. Begone! And he stomps away, and there is a gasp as all of the other tailors in there like, oh, and they start whispering, creative! Oh my god, original ideas! Oh, the sin. And you notice they're all kind of looking away shamefacedly.
Oh.
Do you leave the clan
Bobbi
that night,
notices
or
it-
do you wait a day? Yes,
Do you
go
wait
ahead.
a day?
No. Is there anything that I have ever done that implied that Bobbi is anything other than extremely impulsive? Absolutely not. They are walking out of there. They are already drawn in their sketchbook a new t-shirt design with dangerous radical youngin as text across it. And yeah, they go back. They start packing up their sewing kit, the things they've made so far, and whatever is the medieval arcane equivalent of a bedazzler, and they're ready to leave home tonight.
All right. Traveling as you do across the land for several months, lighting here and there, Bobbi never finds a place that they feel is home. And then one night, they come across a very amazing place, a place of color and light and music, where, believe it or not, the fashions seem to even exceed those in Bobbi's own sketchbook, in Bobbi's own mind. You found the Witchlight Carnival for the first time. What is that like for you?
Oh yeah, it's full kid in the candy store. There's just Bobbi's just running around looking at everything, wearing like the fairy wings that they gave them, just like bobbing around as they're like, look at this, look at this. They're fully sketching just the whole time as they're there. Just walking up to people being like, I'm so sorry, can I feel this fabric for just a second? Is this a whip stitch? Okay, this is fascinating. And it's just delighted. And I think especially is looking around and being like, the coolest thing about this place, Bobbi's had a really complicated relationship about like not feeling like they belong somewhere and not wanting to fit in anywhere. They don't want to fit a mold. And the super cool thing about this is that nobody else is here. There is no mold. And they're like, oh, this is a talking cat. Amazing. Everything here can be different. And that's what Bobbi's about.
As Bobbi is sketching in their sketchbook, a large, shaggy individual wearing simple coveralls and oddly a pumpkin on their head approaches, a book under one arm, a drink in the other hand. He's wearing a pair of very large, ornate butterfly wings, and you notice the shadow that falls over your sketchbook, and looking up, you see a kindly smile. Hello there. What is it you draw, little one?
Oh, I'm just taking an inspiration from the evening. I'm thinking sort of like an evening gown, but one that you could wear while doing the trapeze. Would be really interesting. So I'm trying to design that.
Costume for one of the performers? Usually people are just so overwhelmed. They just take in the sights and they eat the food and they play the games and they go home, and you're thinking about how to improve the show?
Oh, I'm overwhelmed. But overwhelmed is like how I like to be. This is sort of everything that I want all the time, forever. Hold on. You said usually. Do you come to the circus like all the time, or do you work here?
I work here. My name's Hurley. I just do whatever needs to be done. Work for Mr. Witchlight. They've taken care of me since I was a child. Not much older than yourself, actually.
Okay, well that is
Not much
wonderful news
younger.
because I am here to apply for the costume designer position, assistant position, whatever's fucking open.
Hurley nods at you. Costume designer assistant, and he starts ticking through his fingers, and he's like, well, I could use some help mucking out stalls,
You let me hang out here?
feeding the animals. Say that again?
Will you let me hang out here? Like, forever?
You don't want to go home? You want to travel with a carnival kid? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, home is terrible. Home is terrible. This place is interesting.
The bugbear pushes the pumpkin up, and the eyes fix with you, with Bobbi's, and Bobbi makes, Bobbi understands, and you feel some kindred, a feeling with this bugbear, and you get the sense that, he understands what it's like to not really have a place. And he nods, and he says, well, we're here for a couple more days. Well, maybe I can talk to Mr. Witch into letting you stay, and if everything works out and your parents don't come looking for you, you hate it when that happens, maybe you can stay. Pay sucks, works hard. Occasionally, people who come in, you have to take them on a tour, and who knows what kind of business that leads to. I had one helper do it once, disappeared. Don't know where they went off to. Crazy stuff. But, yeah, I think we could try you out.
No, that would be awesome. So that'd be great, Mr. Pumpkin Bird. Yes, that would.
Name's Hurley.
Bird, hi. I'm Bobbi.
Hi.
It's very nice to meet
Pleased
you.
to make your
and,
acquaintance, Bobbi.
Yeah, that. Very nice to do that. Can I ask a question?
You'll ask away as he starts leading you towards the employee area, the staff area.
Why? And when I ask this, I don't mean to encourage you to do anything other than this, but why are you helping me? Because I got a lot of cautionary tales. I got a lot of sage advice. I don't get a lot of help from folks usually.
He looks down at you, Bobbi, and he says, I don't know. That is kind of odd, isn't it? It's like a
very fucking
voice
weird.
or summit told me that I should. Just a feeling. A feeling that I should help you. And then you see him kind of staring off in the distance, past some of the tents and whatnot, as though something has drawn his attention.
Okay, that's cool. Bobbi is a teenager. The idea that perhaps they have a magical chosen one destiny is only what they assume most of the time, all the time.
All right.
They will follow him wherever he goes.
All right. And as the camera pans back and takes us back into Prismere, back to join our adventurers in Hither, what Bobbi does not see as they follow Hurley into the staff area is the kindly faced older woman in long robes and pointed dark hat who watches, nods, and smiles, and then disappears back into the shadows behind the tents. Whoa.
Okay.
Right. When last we left off, Obrik had disappeared around the corner, and a certain rabbit had stepped out of the murk and had approached. What's up, Oak? Says Agdon. What do you say?
Oak, since they're stunned for a solid 2 beats, before the words kind of are choked out, just hi, Agdon, hi, hello.
What's with the temerity there, Oak? As I recall, you were the kit with the cotton balls almost as big as mine, willing to get into any kind of trouble that he wanted. It's been a while. Where you been?
Oh, you know, here and there. The material plane.
That would explain it. So, Oaksy, I'm afraid to tell you, you and you're missing a few. I was told that there was 4 of you. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, I was told that, you, told my boys that, you all have the new concession for, doing the toll taking. What's this all about, Oaksy?
Yeah, we got a license.
You have a license, he says, looking over at you. And you are?
Bobbi Glimmerstitch. Absolutely no pleasure at all to meet you. Bobbi quickly is gonna just turn to Oak and just sort of whisper and be like, hey, I don't want to like get in the way here. I know this is like, you've got like a legend that you've got to do by like putting this guy back down. But what I'm saying to you is, I will follow your lead in this moment, but if you want to throw down, pull me in, coach. And then cross their arms and try very hard to be quiet.
All right. You notice that Agdon, in one hand, he's got that long 15-foot blue scarf trailing out behind him that seems to whip in a non-existent breeze. In one hand, he has a red-hot iron brand that does not seem to be cooling. In the mists on either side of him behind, you see a pair of skiffs moving up, pulling through the water, and that you see the shape of 4 more Harangon in each of them. Looks like 2 of them might be armed with possibly crossbows. The other ones are armed with heavy clubs. And Agdon's standing and going, you're gonna have to pay the toll. And he goes to scratch his face. He's, and unfortunately, and he pulls out the gourd, it's gonna have to be a happy memory, because that's just the cost of it. And if he had a carrot, he'd crunch it at this point.
Agdon, I don't. Our license says he doesn't have to pay, and I'm curious, actually. What happy memory did you pay? The one where you got hung from the tree?
Bobbi snaps.
Watch it now, bub. He takes a step closer to you.
I take a step back.
He tilts his head, and he's like, yeah, not the oak I remember. The oak I remember would no matter. Let's just do this thing. And he steps forward with the gourd. Who's gonna be first? You or Glimmerstitch there?
Oh God. I think oh shit, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
While you stand there considering, frozen to the ground, the camera picks up and moves quarter mile down the trail, where we see Obrik running, his breath heaving in his chest as he runs back to where Sadie languishes under the thrall, possibly, of the Cerastes, of the moose snake. Obrik, what's going through your head?
He's like you said, he's just full speed sprinting, running, and he's going over it in his head what he's gonna do. I think he's already got his rapier out. He's just running with it. It's okay. I'm gonna burst in there. Yeah, and I'm gonna demand Sadie's freedom. Yeah, and or else. That's what or else. Yeah, and or if he says no, I'll fight to the death. That's what I'll do. So then he pictures in his head this epic battle of the moose snake, and of course it's not the moose snake from the cave. It's like 30 feet tall, and it's got fangs this big, and
kind of Godzilla'd out.
Fire, all breathe of fire and everything, and Obrik dodges out of the way of the blasts of the fire and drives with his rapier and fells the beast, and he stands atop it with the Superman pose. As Sadie comes around the corner from hiding behind a rock, and Obrik, you saved my life. They flash forwards like years ahead. I'm not done. He's flashed forwards like years ahead, and there's a hut in the middle of the swamp, and Obrik walks in with a string of fish and other creatures that he's killed for food, and throws them on the counter, and still going. And Sadie comes around and says, Obrik, you're such a good provider for our family.
Oh my god.
And a little 1.5 foot tall Obrik with long green hair runs around the corner and jumps into his arms, and he gives her a hug and looks over, and Sadie just smiles, so proud.
Jesus.
And he just keeps on running with just all in La La Land.
Good, you're so slow. You wouldn't have time for all of this.
Right. Well, it's
Oh my god.
does Obrik get so lost in his fantasy that he does that thing that we've seen in so many cartoons and shows where he's standing there posing, eyes closed, lips pursed, leaning forward as though he's kissing a phantom Sadie?
Add full sprint. Yeah, probably something like that.
Make a dexterity saving throw as you come barreling around the corner, and walking not too far away from you, you see Sadie strolling down the trail, following the way you have come.
No. Look.
Again, I can't
Wow.
Guys, tell a story.
Okay, so Sadie, you have heard off in the
kidding
distance,
me.
"Oh, Obrik," and you see Obrik running with his eyes closed, with his lips pursed, and you think maybe you heard your name when he comes barreling right into you and knocks himself ass over tea kettle into the dirt. What do you say, Sadie?
Tarnation. Obrik. You alright?
What are you doing here?
Why's your face all scrunched up like that?
Hard to breathe, running so fast.
Did you miss me? You're coming back for me, weren't you?
Chitters, he just would stop talking. He just, I had to come get you because it would have just talked my ear off, you know. It's hot. It's a lot hotter than it was.
I missed y'all too. Come on, let's go. Where's everybody?
Oh yeah. I'm sure they're fine though. They're definitely didn't run into any bad types or nothing. They're maybe a mile,
What?
quarter. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah.
All right.
How sweet. All right. We leave the embarrassed Obrik and Miss Sadie back on the trail some distance away as they're in the
Right, I
swamp.
forgot we had a giant snail friend.
That's right. you
So
have
did
the
I.
giant
I was like, what is that?
Still haven't named him.
Yeah.
Still haven't named
Yeah.
him.
We got so
Certainly
many good
yet to be
suggestions,
named.
though.
We
There were
really
good
did.
suggestions.
All right. And it's
Why
sword.
do I always first?
Oak, you
Wow, that's a
have
lot
the
of rabbits
initiative.
in here.
That's a lot of bun. Yeah.
A lot of
Hey, you guys better go
rabbits.
fast.
Yeah.
They will be joining at the
Oh
top of a certain round later on.
Just roll down.
Christ on a bike, bro.
You gotta get
Okay.
behind me, sweetheart.
Yes, but I have a horrible idea. And
Go for it.
my dex is, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna try it. How would you say that Agdon is looking at me right now? Like a mouth open in a laugh, or grinning terrifyingly? What was he doing?
He is looking at you speculatively as though he's eager to try this challenge, but very confidently. He knows he's gonna thump you and get what he wants out of you.
What? No. Maybe. Yes. I am. Oh, fucking A. I am going to use my bonus action to cast Sanctuary on Bobbi.
Alrighty.
That's so sweet.
So anyone who tries to attack them needs to make a Wisdom saving throw versus my DC or target somebody else.
Buddy.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk only a step towards Agdon and say, I'll give you a memory, and I hold out some toadstools. And I say, I picked these with one of my bestest friends, Sadie. I suppose maybe you could have one of those. And that is all I do. I use my action to take the dodge action mechanically.
Okay, dodge. That is an excellent excellent thing to do, and that yep, they have disadvantage to whack on you. Okay, Agdon.
And they better need it.
Yep.
I'm so
Yeah,
screwed.
these
I
are
don't know
the
what to do. I got no spells. I got none. Simpsons nada.
Yeah, it's almost like we haven't had a
Agdon
rest.
looks annoyed that you capitulate so easily. And the Herringon leaps forward with that branding iron. He just jumps over the intervening bushes and he's like, nah, I don't think so, bub. And he lashes out with that branding iron twice at you, both times at disadvantage. Armor class on Oak is what?
15.
Alright. Just reroll those.
Guys, I
Alright.
loved playing with you. It was a
Stop
lot
it.
of fun.
Stop it. Jesus Christ.
Wow, whack, crack.
Hey, you know who doesn't have silvery barbs anymore right now? You know who has no spells either?
Yeah. Alright. Oak is down and out. The Herringon Brigands,
Good night,
Alright,
bro.
they just kinda come scrambling forward.
Oh my god.
So you're down, because that was
Yeah,
was
and
the
I had
13
7
already
hit points.
doubled?
It wasn't
Huh?
a nat. It was a 13 plus 7.
Wow.
But you're still
Yeah.
down, yeah?
I'm down for the count. Good night.
Yeah.
That would have almost
Is
taken
it
me out
hit
in
twice?
one.
Hit twice. Cause wait, what was your armor class? Sorry.
15. So the first one missed,
15.
but the
Oh, so the
second
one-
one hit.
First one missed. Oh, the 13. Yeah, okay. Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. There we go. Sorry. I was so excited. Need to take my Adderall. Otherwise, I'm all impetuous and I just, skip steps and everything. All right. So the Herringon all kind
That's
of
for
move
the
forward in
dodge.
this skiff. Yeah.
Holy
I'm
shit.
moving forward. Glimmer Stitch, what do you want to do?
Oh boy. Wow. Okay. I'm very upset. Okay. First thing, you know what this character is not built for is like medicine checks. But that might be. Do I get the sense? Okay. Do I get the sense looking at this guy that he's looking like he's gonna try and finish the job, or that these other guys are gonna try and finish the job, or that they're like, okay, Oak's down, let's focus on this other person?
That's an excellent question that can be answered with an insight roll, DC of 13.
Okay, that's not gonna like take my
Yeah.
action to roll, is it?
No.
Otherwise I would do so.
I won't make you use your action for that. Yeah, no, they're all eyeballing Bobby. Like,
Okay,
They're also eyeballing
Yeah,
the snail. Like, yeah, you're coming back with us, Floyd.
Okay, I'll take the snail.
Hey, look, love the snail, but priorities. I think, yeah, Bobby's gonna go try and do a medicine check to at least see if I can stabilize. I do not want Oak losing death saves while we're doing this.
Go ahead and give me your medicine check as you step forward to Mr. Lightstride.
That's not great. It's not
great.
I ain't got any inspiration. I ain't got nothing.
Yeah, it's not great, but Bobby thinks that that was more thumping damage than killing damage.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
I do think after sort of checking on him and being like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, Bobby's just gonna stand up, look at Agdon, and say, I gotta be honest with you. I'm all out of juice. We started this day mucking around in a swamp. We had some scary visions. We spoke to a moose snake. I had to give away a friend of mine because she asked me to trust her, and that's the only reason that we're not fighting said moose snake right now. And I ain't got much left, but I'm not worried because I don't think you're worth it. Even though they don't have an action to cast Vicious Mockery, they are trying as much as they can just to fucking let this guy know exactly what they think of bullies.
That, yeah, fair enough. He just kind of looks at you and shakes his head and he's like, "Aw, Bobby, you shouldn't have oughta." And let's see. Oak, you are down. And Agdon, he steps
roll a death
forward
save?
with... Oddly, you don't need to.
I'm terrified.
Are you
Yeah,
undead?
oddly.
Hey, are you undead? Are you immortal? Are you 100 years old? What's Oak's deal?
Oh, thank you very much,
you.
Glad Nomad. Yeah, thank you. All right, no, he steps forward around Oak's body and he's like, I'm so sorry, but you gotta understand, it's the principle of it, right? I mean, you came saying you were gonna take our turf. You said you had a license. I gotta protect the guy. It's just business. So, nighty-night, kiddo. And he lifts the branding iron and twice and go, whoa, jeebas.
Holy shit!
Can I use my inspiration to make him re-roll one of those? For the first one, the one that he rolled. Can I?
You want him to re-roll the 9?
No, the first of the 27s.
the first of the 20. No, that's not how those work. That's not nice.
How about I
Just
spend my
flat out
channel
no.
points and I cursed? I'm just kidding.
All right, so that is a heavy cronk on Bobby.
8 plus 13.
Then another. I'm sorry, what?
I'm just doing the math. I have 2 hit points now.
Right.
Oh my god!
Hopping over.
I would have been Dunzo Bunzo right there.
Hey, this character was not built for medicine checks, but they have a constitution to match.
Sir
All right.
Talavar would like to attempt to intervene if possible. with
Absolutely, Sir
at least an
Talavar. What's Sir Talavar
explanation
doing?
or some offering as he's laying on the ground in his cage next to Oak. He looks over at Longscarf and says, Master Longscarf, I see that you are a collector of the intangible and priceless. Happy memories are indeed treasures beyond compare. In my many years as a knight, I have amassed a trove of such treasures. Memories of valor and joy, triumph over darkness, and each one a saga to behold, a testament of the abominable spirit of the adventure. I offer you
He's nodding his head.
a memory,
Pulls out a carrot.
then one of my youth, when the world was vibrant with new hues and my wings first tasted the thrill of the sky. A memory of my first successful quest. The gleam in my queen's eye as she bestowed upon me the title of Sir in the glimmering courts of the summer.
He looks down at you and he waits for you to make your persuasion roll.
Bobby says,
Give you that
take it.
much.
Maybe he'll be less of a tight ass if he doesn't remember he's a knight.
I don't know that I actually have a token.
Do you not have a? Oh, you don't have a character sheet, do you? Roll a die 20. Add a +3 to it.
Plus the 30. You got it.
30, yep.
Plus
Yeah.
30. Yeah.
D20
So
plus vibes.
persuasive.
How's an 8 sound?
Damn.
Yeah, it sounds great. It
He's
sounds
got
so great.
inspiration too, right?
80. I meant
We all got
80.
inspiration,
I meant
didn't we?
80.
Okay, if you have an inspiration, you want to
There
burn
was-
it on this, go right ahead. Thank you for the subscription,
Heck.
Fruterra.
My inspiration thing's ticked too.
What is that? Is that a reroll or just an additional die?
Inspiration is a reroll. It's a reroll. Reroll.
17
That's
then.
Still doesn't
That's
beat the
good.
18.
Damn.
As Agdon looks down at you, he says,
Rigged.
"Yeah, that
Rigged.
sounds."
Wait.
Rigged.
Wait. Killer Kitten just redeemed the nat 20 in chat. For Sir
Getting
Talavar.
to my rescue.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. He Agdon leans down and says,
Inspire
"You know
all."
what?" And he gets down on his haunches and he looks really close at you and he goes, "You know what, Sir Talibar, whatever. That yeah, okay. That sounds good." And he unstoppers the gourd and he goes to put it against the cage and it won't like through the bars. He goes, look at that. Won't fit. Guess we're gonna have to take you with us. And he snaps his fingers and one of the Harangon comes over
No.
and picks up the cage and looks at you and says, "This is gonna be fun." All right. One of the other Harangon walks over and Agdon looks down at you, Bobby, and says, "I'm really sorry." Not really, but it's a nice thing to say. As the brigand lashes out with the club. This is embarrassing. Okay, and
cut it.
Mrs. Bobby on the ground. All right.
LOL.
Bobby's not on the ground. They're up. They're just not having a good
Bobby's
time.
standing up. All right, sorry. And everybody else comes moving forward. And it is at this time that Agdon looks up and he says, "Now who the hell are they?" And coming down the trail to the north at just the right time.
Thank God.
Thank goody goodness.
Oh, I have as many hit
Oh.
points as Chitters.
Oh my
It's like full
god.
health.
And its sword. All right. Oak is unconscious. Agdon looks up and he's like, bloody heck. And he goes bouncing away, allowing an attack of opportunity if you so choose. Bobby.
Absolutely. I ain't saving that reaction for anything else. Oh, that's a 24.
Holy cow.
Nice.
All right. Yeah.
Nice.
As the scarf disappears, whipping around the snail over Oak's prostate form, you lash out and Agdon lets out a yip and he's yow! Youch! Oh, now you're getting serious. I'm gonna come back for you, Bobby.
You're not
Hey,
worth my
nice.
serious.
Ooh.
Alrighty, 35, that was all of it. Here. Okay, he comes running up and he's like, "No last minute rescues!" And he charges at you, Obrik, lashing that branding iron quite dexterously.
So
What's your armor class,
what he
Obrik?
sees is actually only one individual.
Oh,
Obrik is on
ooh.
top of Sadie's shoulders with her cloak around them, and her hair is going out like tentacles.
Okay, what is Sadie's armor class?
15.
A
Yeah,
whap and a crack.
we-
14 points as that branding iron resoundingly cracks Sadie. And
Damn.
Agdon's like, yeah, more takings. We got the rest of the criminal band, guys. All right.
I'm
Obrik.
out. All I have is 14 points.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you remember we're
Jeez,
level 2
twice.
and we haven't rested, right, Charlie? You remember that, right?
What? What? What?
Uh,
Nah. It's like this episode of Wild Beyond the Witchlight is going to go down in history because we are defining nihilism. Nihilism.
Join us next
Keeping
That's
it
a
light.
joke.
We
That's a
roll
joke.
characters
Nice.
for our new campaign.
No. Everything's fine. Trust
got
me.
it. We
I have
got it.
this well
I
in
ain't
hand.
worried.
I have this well at hand.
Oh no! Is that his next weapon?
That was,
A
my
well?
quickest, that was my quickest attack ever.
Wow, you just walked up and died. Or got- okay. I'm sorry. What's happening? Is it my turn?
It's
Okay.
your
It's
turn.
your turn, Obrik. You are conscious.
Oh.
Jitters is
doing
going,
the I'm
oh
melting,
shit.
I'm melting.
Bobby's over there, like, maintaining a stalwart defense.
I will yell out. Cease and desist! Don't you know who I am? I am the Witchlight Monarch. Bow before me.
Ooh.
All right. Are you yelling that at Agdon?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Well, that all of them, I guess,
You-
but yes.
Are you intimidating him? Or are you trying to persuade him of your nobility and that you deserve respect?
They're equally terrible. I think I'm trying to intimidate him.
Go right ahead and roll it.
May I use my channel points?
I will use my inspiration, though.
Oh, fart. All right.
Oh, come on. Yeah!
Yes.
All right. Yeah, he lets out a gasp. The crowd goes, huzzah! And Agdon kind of draws himself up with that brandished branding iron, and he's like, oh, okay. Anything else, Obrik? That was your action, movement, or bonus action?
No, I will stand as tall as I possibly can, and hold my rapier up by my side.
All right, very cool.
Nope.
Doink. Okay. Unfortunately, the brigand next to you, Bobby, Agdon's like, put him down and then we're out of here. Strikes at Bobby once again. Bobby's armor class is what?
14.
Hey.
Wow, Bobby dances lightly out of the way. However,
Very low center of gravity.
right. Sniper comes forward. And Agdon's put him down, and it whistles out and plunks right into Bobby and lights out for the dwarf as well. All right.
Night.
Go around. Sadie is out. You see that they are all clustering around Bobby and Oak. And what would Chitters be doing at this point?
Oh, he wouldn't hid in Sadie's hair.
Yeah, that's what I would have thought as well.
Okay, Oak is out. Agdon, all right. Agdon bows at you, Obrik, and he says, "We're gonna go. You're not gonna do." What just?
Oh, you just got cursed.
Got cursed.
Chat's on our side, Charlie.
Damn right.
I'm not sure if they understand how the curse works. It steals all of your inspirations and gives them to the DM.
No.
Do I?
Well,
Do I?
that's-
Is that a
Well,
joke?
they were trying.
A reverse
okay.
curse.
A reverse curse.
That's obviously what Lightning Flicker wanted to penalize me. So, how do we want Lightning Flicker to penalize me? Disadvantage, de-inspiration. We'll figure it out. All right, Agdon goes to give you a bow. And he looks at you, Obrik, and he says, "You're not gonna do anything foolish, are you, Your Highness?" Then he starts to back away from you. Do you?
As long as you leave my friends alone, I do not. As long as you leave my friends alone, we'll be just fine.
Alrighty. All right. He bows once again, and he says, "Fair enough. And he turns and bounces away. And his brigands grab the snail and Sir Talavar and disappear into the swamp. Yeah.
Hand me, brigand.
Yeah, what does it sound like? You disappear into the swamp as they lead you away. What are you yelling?
Squire found me. Come
Save
over.
me!
We'll come for
Do
you.
your duty. For your duty. I relinquish my relinquishment of your oath.
Yes,
Reestablish
please do the oath again.
now.
All right. All three of your companions
It's a
are laying
proximity
there
oath.
unconscious in the muck and mud. What are you doing, Obrik?
Yeah, well, Sadie's right there next to me, so I'm gonna check on her and see if we're
Medicine check.
breathing. Okay.
Mouth to mouth. No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check on
Just go
Sadie
straight for the
first.
Yeah,
mouth
thank
to
you,
mouth.
Flicker. We'll figure out how to curse me.
I'm
Mother.
sure
Mother.
Sadie's okay.
Well, she's breathing. You know,
Guys.
Look,
Do you want
two
to
people
check
have healing
Bobbi?
spells.
And
yeah, I'll check. I'll go over and check
We're both
Bobby, see how they're
unconscious.
doing, and also Oak. Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple more.
Hey, 17.
All right, yeah.
Not bad.
Bobby and Oak are simply unconscious. They are not imperiled. It seems as though Agdon and the brigands weren't at pains to kill them, but simply knock them out, teach them a lesson. You're certain that fairly certain that Agdon wasn't able to grab anything off of Sadie. Not so sure with Bobby and Oak, because as described, they clustered
They were
around the pair
surrounded.
of them for a moment. So who knows what they possibly lifted off of the pair of them. But they also did abscond with your snail and Sir Talavar.
I already
All
lost my
right,
tail,
just standing here in the middle of the swamp with 3 unconscious people. Everything's fine. Everything's totally fine. I'll just bring them all together and clump them together, and back to back, kind of like these old timies. What they got the X's on the eyes and they're just laying there together.
man. Yep.
Yeah.
All our
I'll
Lego
build a
blocks
fire and
scattered
just
around.
wait.
What's your passive perception?
1,000.
Passive is 14.
14.
It's not
As
bad.
you're getting the three of them situated, you're quite certain you hear slow, steady footsteps swishing through the muddy waters off to the north, back in the opposite direction
Snake.
from which the Herringon disappeared.
Yeah.
Where are they
Okay,
disappearing?
I will pull my rapier and take a protective stance over the group. Who's there?
All right. The steps approach closer and closer, and out of the mist, you see these very tall, hunched over shapes. They're hard to determine what they are as they approach, but they're easily 8, 9 feet tall, these slouching shapes coming out of the mist, kind of like all fours. They step, squelch, squelch, squelch. They don't seem to respond as you shout out, "Who's there?"
Okay. I will go see for myself who is there. If I can creep a little closer.
Creep a little closer.
I'm glad we went to the same place, Benji.
As you move closer, you might want to pull that down so everyone can see it.
Oh,
You see
look
a
at
figure
that.
on stilts with stilt handles, the face covered with a mask made of beads and reeds to protect from insects, a long, shaggy, almost ghillie suit kind of cloak, and a basket with eggs. A rasping voice from underneath the mask. "I don't want any trouble. I'm just foraging for eggs. I'll go around you, little one." As the person stands there on the stilts.
That's okay. That's fine. You seem nice. I don't suppose you'd be able to help out at all, would you?
What kind of help do you need?
Those dirty bunnies just knocked out my friends, and I'm trying to keep them protected, or maybe heal them or something. You collecting eggs, huh?
The individual on the stilts kind of looks up and around and says, "Yeah, we are close to the causeway. That's where Agdon and those damn bunnies do most of their pilfering. That's why I tried to keep out here quiet. Took a good thumping, did ya? And yes, eggs."
Oh yeah, took a good thumping. Well, I guess I'm just gonna sit here and wait. Yeah.
The individual on the stilt says, "There's no need for that. Not too far back of that away point is the Wandering Inn. If you hurry, maybe wake your friends up, you might be able to catch it before it moves on."
Wandering Inn. What's that?
Wait, is this a prophecy? Did we get this prophecy?
Is that where the key is? The key to Sir Talavar? Wasn't it on the moving? The moving
Telling me
island?
Hill.
Telling Hill.
Telling me Hill. This is actually the inn at the end of the road.
Oh.
And he says, "Aye, it wanders around through the realms, and you can climb aboard, get a good rest, get a good meal. Should help you and your friends if you need a place to rest up."
Oh yeah, I was just gonna let him rest here, but that sounds like a much better idea.
It does indeed. Skeetos, frogs, who knows? Damn Herringon might come back too. And the individual on the stilts lifts the mask, and you see a bugbear-like face, reminiscent of Burley back at the carnival, and says, "Be safe," and disappears, squelching into the mud.
What's your name, friend? I'll yell out as they're starting to walk away. I'm Obrik. What's your name, friend?
Doesn't matter, but you can call me Bill. Bill the Bugbear.
Okay. Bill.
Bill the Bug. Yeah, every DM's
Bill.
big curse. All right. All right, able to wake your companions up.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'll get some water out from and splash on their faces and try to wake them up gently as possible.
Oh boy.
Yeah, without too much effort, you are able to wake up the Bobbi, Oak, and Sadie, and battered and bruised, each with only 1 hit point. You, yeah, you make your way down the road to where the you see a large building with a bunch of feet at the bottom, just walking through the muck, just at a regular walking speed. The inn at the end of the road doesn't seem to be slowed down by the deep water or the muck or the mud. And as you watch, it comes up and it seems to slow, like it stops. And then the door opens up and a couple of folk get out. You know, a bullywug, a goblin, another individual all cloaked up, and they look around, they all nod, wave to each other, and they all disappear in opposite directions. And the inn is just sitting there, expectantly.
Come on, guys. Let's head over there.
Yeah, I think we should definitely go in. Also, hi Sadie. Did you kick the moose snake's ass or something? It's nice to see you again.
I'm not sure I know what's going on right now.
You know,
No,
hey,
we,
neither do I.
Holy hells. No, Moose Snake and I came to an agreement, seeing we had some things in common. Yeah,
Okay.
we can talk about it. This is about the best looking thing I've seen all day. This has been a real
100%.
shit day.
Yeah, I am done with being outside. Let's definitely get inside.
Before we
I'm
do, I
feeling pretty
throw
good.
myself on all of you in a big group hug.
Sadie starts crying.
I will use Channel Divinity Balm of Peace to give us some hit points.
Oh.
We
I don't need any hit points. I didn't take a bit of damage, but thank you.
13 for the rest of us. Hit points.
Oh, put the balm on it. Put the balm on it.
Thank you.
Oh god, that was
Yeah,
horrible.
well, you showed up late. We took so many hits. We were at it for hours, right? Right, Oak?
Oh, it was that was a hard fight. Long,
really looking
drawn out,
but
it's really cool.
very long.
Also,
Yeah.
should have seen Bobbi. They were amazing.
Yeah, that was
Cute
very.
but
That was. I didn't
ambitious.
even get to tell you. That was very sweet of you with the magic you put on. That was very sweet. I really appreciate it. It was.
Of course.
Yeah.
Obrik will lean
well
over
done.
to Sadie and just say, should we tell him we saw the whole thing, or just let him go?
I didn't see anything.
No. Oh wow, you must have fought really hard to
Very valiantly.
get that. I mean, the bunnies didn't look like they were hurt very much, but I'm sure that they definitely were.
I'm sorry.
Hey, you
we
know
were
most
late,
of my
y'all.
stuff is in someone's head anyway. They
Well,
were
and the
really
bunnies-
good inside.
The bunnies that were left weren't hurt
Yes.
very much.
Oh, the dead ones
the
that
ones
sank
that
into the swamp.
Were forced to retreat. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, you get it. You get it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Boy,
to
I
bed.
am really
Let's-
looking forward
let's
to
never
putting that
split
movie
up
of yours
again.
down. No, let's
Yeah,
never
That was a
do
horrible
that.
idea.
Never do that.
I gotta say, you asked me to trust you, Sadie, but I really did not like that.
I will never trust you again.
Some things were afoot. Trust me. That is not a decision I would have made on my own accord.
I believe you.
Interesting.
Why don't let's go in the inn.
Yes,
In the inn.
Food.
Go in the inn.
In the inn.
Yes.
You
Imagine-
approach, and it is a 3-story slate shingled structure, worm-eaten wood. There are dozens of tiny pale lights buzz around the exterior like flies. It rocks and heaves while in motion, but when you open the door, you see that the inside is completely stable and level. There are just a few handful of patrons, but the room has a smell of hearty, delicious stew that makes your mouths water immediately, and it feels rather homey and welcoming. As you look inside, you see that a gourmand, one of those 3.5 foot tall mouse folk, is walking back and forth from the kitchen, and he looks rather familiar to you. As he turns, "Ha ha! Welcome to the inn at the end of the road. I am your host, Jacques Pierre. Come, come, come. Please make yourself welcome. Have a seat. I will get you some stew. You are looking very bruised and dirty. It is very sublime that you have found us, that we have wandered by just in the hour of your need, no?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah, no.
Thanks.
Well, the rest of us definitely could use some room shelter.
Oh my god, I've never been so happy to see you before.
It smells so good. It's stew. It's stew, y'all.
Jacques
That's
Pierre
okay.
disappears in the kitchen, comes out with 4 huge steaming bowls of stew, fresh, crusty rolls, a large crock of butter, 4 big mugs of frothy, delicious beer, all of it so tasty, so just absolutely mouth-wateringly good that you know instinctively that it is touched with the magic of gastromancy. And this is a true gourmand that uses the Gourmand's Guide to Gastromancy, now available on DM's. Yeah, so he looks at you all and he says,
A little slow on the uptake
"You
there,
look as
Callahan.
Sorry. I'm on cold medicine. Sorry.
You look as though you have taken a thumping at the hand of the Agdon long scarf, no?"
Oh, so he's got a
Yes.
signature, I guess.
Yeah.
We.
Oh, I looked to my fur. Am I branded? Did he brand me?
He did not
Ew.
brand you. No.
Oh, thank gosh.
Yeah. So Jacques Pierre wipes his hands on a little towel, and he says, "You seem familiar. You are one of the Herringon, one of the folk, but you too." He looks at Bobbi and Sadie. "You are not the usual patrons that one sees in Hidar these days. And you, he looks at Obrik. Aren't your folk over there in Tidar no longer here in Hidar?"
We came from the carnival.
Oh, oui. Did you see my brother, Darkstone?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
we
I was
did.
wondering. I didn't want to
The
ask because that can
cheese.
be impolite, but you know, that's he makes some great cheese.
The cheese curds, the recipe is my own. I mean, I am surprised you did not say something if you knew him. We are twins, after all. And he kind of poses, like, come on, do I not look like my brother? He goes, "Would you like some cheese curd?"
Oh, absolutely. I will
Absolutely.
never turn
Yes,
down a
please.
cheese card. I'm
He
pretty
says,
sure those were in the
"Umino?"
rules. Pretty sure those were the rules they told us, generosity, reciprocity, always eat cheese curds. Pretty sure that's how it went.
Yeah, those were the
That is
three.
it,
I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Those are indeed the 3 rules. He brings the cheese curds back, and he sees that everybody in the dining room is taken care of, and he says, "So, as you know, the reciprocity, you do not need to pay. Yeah, I am happy to feed you, to give you a bed to sleep in, and to give you a bowl to wash up in. In return, you maybe do a chore or a favor for me if you are able to. So, you are welcome to stay. If you have never been on the inn before, which you have not, we stop about every mile or so for those that want to get on and to get off. So, what are you about? Are you just wandering through the land, taking the somethings from the Herringon?"
Well, We're actually looking for a lot of lost stuff. Some of our own, some of other people's.
Yeah.
You're not
Where
missing
to
anything,
start?
are you?
I am simply missing the time when the Birna ruled Prismia. Now that it is that the Bavlona Pui. At one time, my inn was the talk of Prismir and could go wherever it wanted, all the way up to the castle itself. But now, with the fog, I am stuck here in this fetid swamp. That is what I am missing. So, things were taken, and that means that you have run afoul of Bavlona.
She's
that
the
what
one
it
who's
means?
in charge of taking stuff? Yeah.
Yes, they all take something, but this is Bavlona's land, so I am thinking that is why you are here. Are you wanting to do something about it?
Absolutely.
Keep talking.
Yep.
Yeah, Jacques Pierre nods his head and he says, I absolutely despise Pavlona. I have heard the rumors that if one is to run withershins near her, it causes her to sneeze uncontrollably, and she is put on her arse, as it would be.
With her
Yeah, sorry.
shins.
Like
What's
counterclockwise.
Oui. The counterclockwise, although what the clock is, I don't know. He winks.
Count-
Okay.
Count to
You can run
sunrise.
circles around it.
yeah.
Oui.
All right. Noted.
What did you mean by my people or my kind when you said that a minute ago? I'm not from here.
Jacques Pierre looks at you and says, "Oh, I am sorry, I made the assumption. Over in Tither, there is a village of your kind, the Goblin."
The gnomes?
He looks at you.
Yeah, I'm a gnome.
Gnome? Oh, it's a
Common
gnome.
misconception.
I see.
I get that a lot.
He looks embarrassed
Where-
for a mouse.
Whereabouts in Tether, just in case I want to visit.
He gestures. It is on the other side of the fog. Unfortunately, the inn at the end of the road is no longer capable of taking you there. I heard tell there are some that are able to guide those that want to into the other realms. I heard a rumor once from a patron that there is a individual in Downfall. His name is the Clapper Claw. He is supposed to be able to guide those that want to over into Tidar.
They say what kind of individual this Clapper Claw is? Where they might be
He
found?
laughs. He says, it was complete nonsense. I was told that he is a scarecrow with the big claws on his head and has a pumpkin for a head. And that sometimes, if he is unlucky, it gets knocked off and he has to find whatever is available.
Yeah, very small, child-sized, right? Right?
No, he is quite tall, and he holds his hand right up to like his head level.
Oh, he must have
Which is small
grown
to
up.
you.
I saw this guy. I had a weird swamp dream.
Jacques Pierre nods, goes, "Did you know it happens sometimes if you're out there with the gases that smell like the farts?"
Yeah, no, I hate it out there. I gotta be real, sir. Why do you hang out in this region?
He said, "Did I just explain the inn? I mean, in the Bluna's time, it was the talk of the realm. We would go wherever we wanted. The inn would wander
Oh, this
around,
is-
and it was quite a showpiece. And then when the hags came, the fogs rise, and we are stuck here in this cesspool. So now I just make do."
Yeah. Okay.
In-
So not only are they taking all our stuff, these witches are responsible for how miserable it is to be outside. Okay. Yeah. Fuck them. We gotta do something
Yeah.
about this.
Seriously. Sir, in your time traveling this area, have you heard of some sort of bullywug royalty around the area, or otherwise frogs that frequent thumbs in their mouths, etc., etc., etc.?
Thumbs in their mouths. This is. I don't know what you are talking about, but the Bullywugs, that is the soggy court of Downfall. Of course, their politics are quite convoluted, and any given day there is a conspiracy or a plot to overthrow or crush a rebellion. I tend to stay away from Downfall for this reason. It is a silly place.
There's not any kind of place like a cave or anything like that might be commonly referred to as Frog's Mouth?
He shakes his head. I don't have any knowledge of this. I took an arrow to the knee.
The bullywugs
Yeah, the
might know
Downfall
of something
Court?
like that.
Oh.
Oui, madame. It is the soggy court at Downfall. And he kind of gestures over and away. Like out through the wall.
Soggy Court.
Soggy court.
You're very knowledgeable there, sir. The witch Scabatha.
Mm-hmm.
You know whereabouts she'd be?
Scabatha, she is in the next realm. Yes, she is in the next realm. The next one over. Teaser.
Wow, yeah, I gotta be honest with you folks. It feels like we got about 17 different things we could do and 17 different directions we could go. And I would like to do all of them. Honestly.
Right
Yeah.
now. Let's
So-
split up.
Yeah, that's that would be real great.
Sadie, take
I will
Bishop
say-
and dunk you on the head.
I go
I will
unconscious.
say, I do kind of think, I mean, we should continue talking. I really appreciate your wisdom in this matter, Jacques Pierre. You know, if there's other things we can gather while we're here, I kind of think maybe we should prioritize getting the bunny back, because I am
Getting Sir
mad
Tolliver, yeah.
about that. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, it does. I'm mad at him. I didn't want to give you up, and first thing he's like, yeah, trade Sadie, cause destiny and some shit. Fuck that, nah. But I don't think that maybe the best way to teach him this lesson is to, like, let him get taken. That maybe doesn't really teach someone the whole, like, you don't leave people behind kind of situation. So we probably
You said
should get him,
what now?
at least so I can explain to him personally that was a fucked up thing to do.
Yeah, Sir Tolliver was very, very into leaving Sadie behind. Yeah. Sir Tolliver. Tolliver was a guy I knew in the army. Never mind. Okay. Jacques Pierre uses himself, and you, after a few minutes, you smell fresh pie, and he comes out and he puts pie in front of everybody in the common room. And as the outside slowly rocks by in the window, you see that it's still that eternal twilight. And Jacques Pierre says, believe it or not, you have been here for some time. If you are wanting to get yourself a rest, if you are feeling the need to observe the rules of reciprocity, any trinket will do.
Did you...
Alright.
Sorry. We can do trinkets, but is it possible that you have any items of clothing that need mending?
He looks down at his apron and his chef's jacket, and you see that they are a little frayed, a little threadbare, and he says, "Unfortunately, what I know is a gastromancy, I never bothered to learn the prestidigitation. It seemed a useless spell, and now I can do miss knowing it." And he pokes his finger through a hole in one of the sleeves.
Oh, we can press the digitate. If you got anything bigger, Bobby just pulls out their sewing kit and is like, I can do all of it. And will happily offer to mend whatever clothes he has. Probably with some strange choices of thread color, like, let's be real, but they will do it and do it well.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you make this offer publicly in the common room, right?
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion.
Sews for the next 3 hours.
That's a 14.
Yeah, as soon Jacques Pierre comes back excitedly with several chef jackets, one of his hats, 3 aprons, 2 pairs of trousers, and then you notice that some of the other patrons are also walking up, digging clothing out of backpacks and stuff, and like putting them on the table and sitting there all smiling at you happily. Like, it's so hard to find a trained tailor.
Bobby's thrilled. They won't even charge. They'll just be like, okay, are you fine with me embroidering my last name across the ass of these pants? Because, like, well, if that's okay, then we're good. And, branding. Right. This is for exposure. Don't do shit just for exposure. But
they are. Everybody seems fine so long as you are willing to stitch up the various holes and frayed hems and cuffs and etc. All right. Anything anyone wants to do before you bed down and get your long rest?
Yes, actually, I took a mirror from that hut above Sadie's the Moose Snake's cave. Can I spend some time trying to figure out that thing's magical properties?
You want to attune to it. Was it the mirror or was it the harp?
Harp, that's what I meant. Sorry.
It was the harp. Yeah, it was the harp. All right. Okay, so for the evening, you will attune to the harp, and what you discover is it is the discordant harp. Wondrous item, uncommon. I will paste it into stream chat so everyone can enjoy what it does. Please read silently while I read aloud. This is from The Watcher's Pool by our very own Dan Kahn. Discordant harp, wondrous item, uncommon. This harp is misshapen with permanently grimy strings that magically slip out of tune. Tritone. As an action, you can strike a terrible sounding chord on the harp directed at a creature of your choice within 60 feet that can hear you. That creature must succeed on a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or take 1d6 psychic damage and must subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of your next turn. Or Discordant Melody. Yep, you can use an action to play the harp and cast the Dissonant Whispers spell at first level, DC 13. Once the harp is used to cast a spell, it can't be used to cast a spell again until the next dawn.
Wow.
That's a good spell.
That is the first magic item of the campaign.
That is very
Oh, nice.
Yeah, very cool. All right, and because you studied it while you slept, you are attuned to it.
Holla.
Woo.
Okay. You also learn, because of this, Sadie, because all of the effort that you do to sew for everybody, one of the patrons tells you that Agdon's his scarf is magical, and that rumor has it that if he's caught by his scarf, that he will capitulate almost immediately if he can't escape.
Ooh.
I was gonna get a skull.
That is very useful information.
Good to know.
Obrik,
Bobby,
what are
immediately
you?
make sure to tell everybody else.
Okay, good. Obrik, what are you doing while you've got this time on the inn at the end of the road?
He is spending some time sketching in his journal.
Okay.
of the people that he's met so far.
Okay.
That's probably most of the time, and he wanted to ask, are you guys missing anything, by the way? They were like all huddled around you guys. I don't know if they took anything or not.
Yeah, do I
I'm
feel
not
any
sure.
different?
Let me check.
Do we feel weird, Charlie?
Oak, yeah, Oak, you are missing your disguise kit.
Aw.
And young Glimmer Stitch.
Damn.
You're like, what does Bobby
Yeah,
actually...
you are Glimmer Stitch. You are missing your weaver's tools. Some of your
Oh,
professional
okay.
tools.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, so if
Alright.
anybody's like, we want this made out of... That's probably something Bobby discovers while helping fix things, is someone else is like, can you actually make a whole new panel of fabric? And Bobby's like, yeah! Wait, I can't.
Right. And Oak, you can't remember what you've lost, but yeah, that memory of the mushrooms with Sadie, it's gone as well. But you can't recall that because it's gone. So, all right. And Sadie,
So
anything that you are doing? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say the only other thing that Obrik would be doing would. Oh no, Talibar's not there. Never mind. He doesn't do that.
Oh,
Yeah.
you miss him already.
I do.
You do miss him already. Yeah.
Sadie she's always clanking around, but I don't think y'all have ever seen like what's making all the clinking noises. She's got several kits in her pack and she's getting them all out. She's got an herbalism kit, a poisoner's kit, and alchemist supplies. So she is diligently been collecting little bits and bobs and mushrooms and herbs, and she's just testing them all and looking for reactions and combining them different ways and just seeing what she can make with some of the cool Feywild stuff that she's run across.
Speaking of which, Charlie, we have like several
Okay.
hours, right? Before we do we have several hours or just an hour? What are we looking at?
No, you're being on the. It's a long rest, so I'm seeing what you're
Okay,
doing before you
great.
take your long rest and we move forward.
Really quickly, I
Yeah.
do think that Oak, probably before he retired to attune to that, would have cast ritually detect magic and then just with a spell slot detect poison and disease, which would have reminded him of his poisonous toadstools that he has, and then seeing Sadie take out all these things, I'm like, Sadie, I found these in my pack. I'm not quite sure how I got them, but they're reading poisonous. I'm not sure if you can do anything with these. Just see you experimenting.
Oh, fun! Oh, these are awesome. Thank you.
no. Oh no.
Yeah. Well, enjoy. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
And she just goes right back to work.
Go ahead and give me your. Do you want to do a nature, medicine, or survival?
Let's do nature. She's a nature girl.
Guidance.
Oh
No!
Snake eyes! No!
Wow.
She knocks herself out.
Yet, Sadie,
Yeah, you have
Sadie, if
inspiration.
you're experimenting, you accidentally do knock yourself out, and you are now unconscious and lose the ability to do anything else until the end of the long rest. And with that, all of you may take your long rest as the
Yay!
camera slowly shifts, and we find
Oh,
ourselves in the Brigand's Tollway, where we find Agdon Longstarf looking into a cage with one Sir Talavar. So, you do understand that Bavlorna has a price out on you and that the reward is quite ample, don't you, Sir Tally?
Brigand, it seems you are only out for yourself to make a quick coin.
Well, yeah, criminal, come on.
Don't you know that I am here on a great quest from my queen? It is of the utmost importance that I am released so that I may complete my quest.
And what quest would that be? Your night ship?
Well, as you may not know, the Fomorians are rallying to attack the Sealy Court. I am here to seek allies.
And that bothers me. Why? I mean, the Sealy Court doesn't ever come down here to Prismira at all. Definitely not into here, though.
Yes.
I guess
well,
what I'm asking, Satalavar, is what do you got that's going to enrich me personally so I don't ship you off to downfall and give you to Bavlorna tonight, even?
Well, perhaps you could get me out of this cage and I could offer you my services.
Ah. The room that he's in.
You
and
seem like
he opens it up. He's fishing around and.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Charlie froze up. You froze up, Charlie.
He's back.
Barely.
He's not. He's miming it. He has set Talavar free. Talavar is flying away out of the cage. He's free. He's heading back to the inn.
Sounds like.
You're
cannot hear
muted,
you.
Charlie. We can see you moving normally,
drink?
but we cannot hear you.
Go to sleep.
That was actually pretty good sign language.
No, I'm pretty sure we got it. I think we understand how the scene goes. So
End stream.
Crystal
You next
clear.
Talavar's free.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
hey,
Yay!
All
Don't
right.
worry, I got them all caught up. They're all caught up.
Oh, perfect. So you caught the part where Sir Talavar is now a sock puppet.
He is flew the cage.
Through the cage. Now, okay, so Agdon turns around and he says, well, that's for opening the cage. And you see in his hand, he has an item that Sir Talavar recognizes as a chime of opening. And he says, yeah, you're going to have to think of something pretty good to give me there, Sir Talavar. Otherwise, I'm going to have to give you to Bavlorna. And everyone knows what Bavlorna is going to do with you. And he takes this chime of opening and he across his neck. Any last words, Sir Talavar?
I have a sense that you will not be long for this world if my squire gets a hold of you.
and who's your squire? The little scared bunny? Oak?
No, it is the soon-to-be Sir Obrik. You ran
Sir
from him
Obrik?
previously, I believe.
Which one was Obrik?
He is the one that looks like a gnome.
Wait a minute, you mean the monarch? Ah,
Indeed.
Snap. It's gonna be a real conundrum. Might have to depose him. All right. Camera moves back. It is the next morning. Have you all taken your long rest?
yes, thank you.
You're all so very, very welcome. All right. Here. Jacques Pierre you all wake up to the smell of bacon and eggs and country potatoes and pancakes and sourdough toast. Pancakes and toast. He's that kind of cook. Walking on huge feet. Let's see.
Ooh.
All right. You climb down off of the inn, and in the distance you are greeted by the scent of sweet-smelling fruit. Damp, downy, silvery green moss blankets a gentle upward slope before giving way to a craggy ridge that marks the top of the hill. Dozens of enormous willow trees dot the hillside, swaying as though in a breeze, despite the absence of one.
Okay.
Does this hill look familiar?
Did you have a vision of it? I forget. You did? No.
We had a prophecy about a hill? Is this the hill of the prophecy?
I think so. It was.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It moves. It's walking by on feet and stuff, so you see it. And it is skirted in mist.
This is
Hey,
where...
is there... Yeah, was there something... I was concentrating really hard last session when we found out all this stuff. What's supposed to be here?
The key for Sotala.
Yeah,
Key.
this is where the Watcher told you to look for the
Telemi
goblin
Hill.
jingle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is the key to Sir Tulliver's cage? Telemi Hill. It moves around in goblin hands where she stands.
Interesting. Well, that's... Look, it'd be pretty useful if when we went to rescue Sir Talivar, we could let him out of his cage and, see what he can actually do besides talk.
Right.
Shout out
Yes.
to Teaslin. This portrait here is another one of Teaslin Art's fantastic pieces for the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign.
Yeah.
Looks good. I like it.
Good enough to
We
eat.
should probably get on the hill before it runs away.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it's not
probably...
moving. Yeah, you can. It's not super fast. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Right.
Just like hitching on a
Sadie's-
moving train.
Sadie's grabbing moss and willow leaves as we go.
Ooh, fun.
Bobby's gonna say goodbye to Jacques Pierre and all their new friends with all their new semi-fabulous clothing, and then gonna hop out so we can go check out this hill.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As you climb the hill, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, Bobbi, you're the one that gets to know. Roll me a die 4, please.
Okay, I can do that. That's a 3.
As you start to climb the path up the hill, the huge willow trees, you notice several of them kind of shiver and then separate from the copses that dot the huge hill, and 5 of them come and approach you, and you hear this deep rumbling voice. Welcome to Telemi Hill. Who are you, and why do you come here?
Hello? I am Bobbi Glimmerstitch. These are my friends Oak, Sadie, and Obrik. We are looking for a key to free our other friend who's not with us presently, but he's in a cage somewhere else. We'd like to get him out. You seem to be a tree. Is that incorrect?
Trees all shimmer, and you're not quite sure what it means because you all need to make an insight as the trees shiver to Bobby's.
I will cast guidance on myself.
Alrighty.
Man. Oh, who needs it?
25.
Wow. Oak, you get the sense that the trees, believe it or not, are shimmering out of maybe a sense of irritation at what might be conceived that like the impertinent, like, wow, that was hasty, like, woo, you're not following forms. You know, you're like, whoa.
Would it be wrong for Sadie to climb the tree? Because I'm pretty sure that's what she'd be doing.
Bobby was impertinent.
You
what if I
most
climb him?
Certainly may try.
She's
This
gonna
usually
try.
works well when I meet other sentient beings and I immediately climb them.
Do you want to climb one of the
Oh
willow
yeah,
trees?
yeah. She's definitely climbing a tree. Trying to climb a
Alright.
tree.
Okay. As you walk
Roll
forward
initiative.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't roll initiative, but give me blah 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 blah. Yeah, give me your athletics as you walk forward, and the tree kind of like moves away as you go to scramble up a bit. Yeah, an intelligence check.
-1.
Wow. Okay, you scramble up,
Oh, they
and
say,
the first
they say
one
like the trees at home.
you hear this deep voice. Rumbalumba kumbakalare. Hasty words and hasty actions from hasty little beings. You have barely said hello. You have told us your name and everything else besides, and have not bothered to ask us who we are nor how we do. And here
That's
you
what
go to climb my brother. And then you hear this other voice say, I don't mind. It's kind of pleasant.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Sadie hugs it.
I apologize. The question about if it was incorrect to call you a tree was meant to be like an opening for a conversation about who you are. It just seemed nicer to not come into your space and demand you tell us a whole bunch of shit. But if that's like that, we'd love to know who you were and what your deal is.
Yeah, we're not from here. We don't see a lot of tree people.
Yeah, none.
Sorry.
Well, one. I did know a tree person, but I'm not sure if you're the same kind of tree people, you know? I don't want to make assumptions.
The willow, it shimmers again, and you would not be able to pronounce my name in your tongue, and it would take you the setting of 10 suns to say it. But you may call me Birch Splinter. And you hear this, and the other trees, there's all this deep kind of rumbling noise, and says, we are pleased to meet you, Bobbi. And you said you came looking for a key?
Yeah, a key for a magic cage. Can't be opened any other way, and believe me, I tried. But yeah, so we can get our friend out of his cage. He's been captured.
It's just not right.
It's just not right. You understand? You're out here in the big wild Prismere. Yeah, like it's not fun to be trapped somewhere.
Okay. Birch Splinter kind of rustles and says, Yes, a key. That would be Jingle Jangle. She is our friend, and we would take it as an insult were anything to happen to her. And Sadie, you feel the tree that you are in kind of tense, and you realize, like, if it moves, it would probably dump you. It's almost a little bit, I would say ominous, but it's implying violence.
Oh, we wouldn't want to hurt the key, or sorry, did you say her? I missed the pronoun. Yeah, if we wouldn't want anything, I mean, all we would want to do is unlock the cage. If that would not hurt her. I don't really know. What I don't know about tree people, I extra don't know about key people.
Birch Splinter once again, like, yeah. Birch Splinter rumbles once again. Jingle Jangle went out into the swamp 3 days ago to collect truffles for her dinner. She was set upon by the brigands. She returned to... Oh. She returned and is in her home in the cave at the top of the hill. You seem nice enough. And the other one, it tickles. She said she hates them. You may go up to the cave and see if Jingle Jangle will meet with you.
Thank you very kindly.
All right.
We appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody, are we ready to...
Yeah.
Am I missing something? I'm never good at fussy places. It's if there's expectations. Am I missing something?
I don't know. They're a little confusing. Sadie's gonna whisper to her tree, "I want to know your name, even if it takes 10 days."
Oh my god.
She'll give it a little kiss and climb down.
Thank God. All right. Yeah, be prepared to get that document, that 40-page document of just rolling, bullulating syllables. Yeah, there's all these phonemes just in a long chain. All right. Fuck. Okay, you climb up to the hill, and you hear a jingle of jangling keys, and inside you see a little goblin, and she's wearing a coat covered in keys that give her her name. She carries a staff that has a bunch of locks on chains next to it, and as you look at her, you notice that she requires you all to make an insight check.
Guidance.
One day I'll have a check I'm good at.
No.
Solid.
Doesn't seem to be the way this is working.
There we go.
18.
Cleric, come on, cleric.
Yeah, her
To the
cheeks look
rescue.
a little. She looks a little peaked. Her cheeks are a little pinched, like she's probably pretty, like she hasn't eaten in a few days, and she looks a little dark-eyed. And you recall what Birch Splinter said, that she had been out collecting truffles when the brigands jumped her.
Good evening.
Jingle Jangle?
Yes, indeed. I'm Jingle Jangle. Who are you, and why are you here? Did the boys let you up the hill?
She looks past you down at the trees on the slope.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
did. How can I help you?
We might be able to help each other.
Yes.
She looks curious. Hungry?
Hungry, yeah. We'll take Sadie's got all kind of food.
Yeah, I'm sure that we stashed some of the cheese curds or other things from Jacques Pierre.
Oh yeah.
Bobby will also offer those up.
Can we eat
let me
while
give
we
you some
talk?
setting
I
here.
sure am hungry.
She nods. Worn stone steps lead down into what feels like a cellar. It's chilly in here, and you detect a subtle scent of iron in the air. From a distant spot within the chamber, sputtering candles illuminate a multitude of keys dangling from taut strings that crisscross the walls. Hundreds of other keys lie strewn across the dirt floor. As you take in the scene, you hear the sound of keys jingling as Jingle Jangle emerges from the dimness. She wears the coat lined with metal keys and carries a flail with padlocks for heads. As you offer the food, she manages a faint smile and says,
"And how might I unlock a bit of happiness for you today?"
I see what you did
That's
there.
so sweet. Yeah, well, as we told the boys, we're looking for a key to let our friend out of a magic cage.
She nods, and
And Jingle Jangle is curious. What is the magic cage? What does it look like?
Oh,
We'll describe it.
Yeah, bird cage?
Yeah, like Silverlight, and it's got a little fairy dragon in it.
Yeah, that's important.
she
You ever seen one like that?
She looks at all the keys everywhere and touches her vest, and you see her, like, as she's running her fingers along, her lips are moving as though she's naming the locks that these keys go to. And she turns after a long moment and she says,
Jingle Jangle does not have the key to a magic silver bird cage, but Jingle Jangle knows where such a key might be.
Okay. That's
Well,
something.
yeah, we're all ears.
she says,
But first, Jingle Jangle was digging for truffles in the swamp when a bunch of the herringons leapt out from behind the reeds and shrubbery. They took Jingle Jangle's truffle, threw Jingle Jangle down in the mud, and whacked Jingle Jangle with their wooden clubs. If Jingle Jangle tells you where the key for the cage is, will you give those herringon a good thumping? Bring Jingle Jangle their truffles?
Oh, sweetie, we would do that for free.
Honey.
Yeah.
We're gonna thump them so good.
all right, she's not gonna,
I use thaumaturgy to make my eyes just say hell yeah.
Best
Do
use
you
of
give
thumb.
Jingle Jangle your solemn vow?
Oh yeah, the solemnest.
I,
Yes, we do.
Stride, solemnly swear to give those brigands a good beating.
Jingle Jangle
what-
nods.
What did you say the other day, Oak? Blood for blood?
Blood is met with blood.
Blood is met with blood.
Man, y'all got metal while I wasn't here.
They did indeed. And you've offered her food, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
All right.
Jingle Jangle thinks this is acceptable and thanks you for the food. Reciprocity demands. The best guide in hither is a pincher-clawed scarecrow by the name of Clapperclaw. It hangs around Downfall and knows the way to the realm of Tither, which is ruled by the hag named Granny Nightshade.
And then she eats the food and she says,
For your vow to thump the herringon and return the truffles, what you are looking for is the Chimum opening. It is in the Brigands' Tollway, where the Brigands live.
Man, if only we had narrative omniscience and could have known such a thing existed.
Damn.
hey, Seaslin, good to see you.
Okay, but we got to meet a cool gnome.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm confused now.
No, you guys, there was no way you could have known that the chime of opening was there. Little
No,
did you know
exactly.
that happened off stage. So
Exactly.
Yep.
yeah,
That's great. That's very
thank
useful
you.
information. Thank you.
And one more reason to go thump them guys.
As if we needed
Yes.
another.
Jingle Jangle
Yeah.
will sit here and wait for you. I am excited. Jingle Jangle is excited to keep in the third person to get their truffles back.
thank you for the sub. Thank you for the sub.
Well, don't you worry. We'll get those truffles back for you.
Oh, sure.
You have my
Gives her a
word.
wink.
All right. Sadie gets out the book about hunting rabbits and just diligently starts trying to glean anything she can from it.
How does Oak feel about
Alright.
that?
I busy myself when I see her pull that out.
Bobby's so excited to talk to you about what it's like to cast Dissonant Whispers. They're like, that's like their big spell, and now you could do it too. And they're like, okay, let's trade notes.
Anything
we
else
gotta
you want
go.
to ask Jingle Jangle or Birch Splinter before you leave Ptolemy Hill and continue on with your mission, your quest?
I think Sadie would want to know, since it moves around, how would we find it again?
Jingle Jangle.
Ptolemy Hill is not that fast, and you just have to go where it's past and follow the trail, and you will see a big, wide trail of nothing but scree.
And she points out the cave, and you see indeed where the half-mile wide mountain has kind of wandered by. Everything is just flattened and bulldozed.
Damn.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, I suppose.
Oh,
Yeah.
alrighty then. I think I can find that.
Yeah,
I
fairly
think the
easy
only
to
other
find.
thing Bobby will do is be like, I do have to compliment you. I'm really impressed with the ingenuity here that you've chosen for this jacket. Using unconventional materials, I think it's really sort of wave of the future, and it's very inspiring to me as an artist. And I just wanted to, I see you. I think this is wonderful work.
Jingle Jangle looks down at the keys and says,
These are Jingle Jangle's favorites.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One should adorn oneself with all the things a person loves.
Yes, indeed.
Sadie touches her hat with all the little flowers and herbs. Let's get to thumping.
Jingle
we
Jangle
got
just
some,
blinks at you. Yeah, the question mark is hasn't quite yet turned to an exclamation point. Her dialogue has run out. All you've got left is,
I thank you for
matter.
helping
Those
me,
favorite-
adventurer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, no character.
Bobby would die for her. It's all good. We'll be back. But in the
Duly
meantime,
noted.
yeah. Now that we got that mojo back, I definitely want to go show that Agdon how much he fucked up.
Alrighty, so you leave Ptolemy Hill and you head out into the swamps of Prismere, heading back the way you came. The inn wasn't very fast, so you actually didn't get very, very far. Whoops. Before you are able to... DM's getting all of this ready. There we go. Before off in the distance, you see the tollway. The huge stump that was once that mighty, mighty oak. That oak was named after. Now, just a cut down remnant of its former massive towering glory. The causeways across the water, precarious and weathered. Off in the distance, you don't see anyone moving, except for on the top, you see a pair of Harengon, armed with crossbows up top, standing guard as you stand there in the mists. What lies inside? We don't know. Is Agdon going to be as tough as he was before? Is he expecting you? We don't know. Has Agdon made good on his threat and delivered your friend, Sir Talavar, to Bavlorna? We don't know. But we will find out next week when we return to Wild Beyond the Witchlight.
No, I want to play
Just for
some
everybody
more.
watching, we will be playing. We will be playing next week, and then we will have the following Thursday off for, of course, Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. All right, no
I
giveaway
was getting my character
tonight.
sheet ready.
Yeah, it'll. What the heck is playing there? That was weird. Play some different music. All right, let's go around the horn. Thank everyone for all of their for everything, and we will shout out everyone. So let's start with you, Dana. Who are you in the real world, and where can we find you?
Yeah, in the real world, my name is Dana Floberg. In addition to playing games with these lovely people, I also write a lot of games and a lot of other content for your D&D games, etc. You can go and see what I write at danafloberg.card.co. And yeah, find all this cool stuff.
Thank you very, very much. Mitch, Laura, who are you? Where can we find you?
Hey y'all, I'm Laura. I am Mitch's wife. We're down in Florida, and yeah, we play a lot of games. Probably too many. But next week we're gonna go down to Orlando to see NADPOD live. I'm excited about that. That was part of my birthday present. So yeah,
That's very cool. That is very, very cool. So I got to ask one question. On the cruise, was it like a lot of theater of the mind, or did they bring like a lot of bells and whistles, maps, figures, all that stuff?
Not as much, no.
Yeah.
It was mostly theater of the mind.
it was
with
tough
stuff
to
that we
pack
did, yeah.
for. There was one DM, and I think we're not like really supposed to like show pictures of it, but we can tell you what it was. He had terrain that folded down and was packable, and
Okay.
he's trying to start to market it. And I think that that's a really cool idea for
okay.
things
Like
like that.
pop-up terrain.
Yeah, it
That's
was
kinda cool.
really cool. It would like fold down on itself so you could pack it real easy. I think it was a really
That's
cool
cool.
idea. So we wish him luck.
Very cool.
Yeah,
very
but
cool.
mostly theater
Awesome.
of the mind, and which is hard for me because I'm super visual. But yeah.
Right. Especially after playing on a VTT, you know, where
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah.
that's all we're used to for the most part, yeah.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, if you. Uh-oh, did we lose him again?
Who's back? Maybe.
Okay.
Oh, for
Are you
fuck's
still there?
sake.
Oh, there he is. No, he's back. You're good. You're good. Oh.
Hi.
Yeah. And he's back.
How are you? Can you hear me, Benji?
Yes.
Yes.
Hi. Hey.
Who are you in the real world?
Hi. I'm Benjamin
Hi.
Salazar. I'm actor, voice actor extraordinaire. You can find me over at my website, benjaminsalazarvo.com. And all my socials are linked there too. I don't know, I do cool things sometimes. Like, at the end of this month, the 30th, we opened Beauty and the Beast for Eagle Mountain Community Theater in Utah. So you should totally come see that if you're in the area. Just by the way, it's going to be pretty awesome.
That's cool. That is very, very cool, man. Congrats. So,
Thanks.
hey, Chuck, you want to say anything?
Hey guys, I'm a warrior out in the interwebs on Patreon and DM's Guild and Etsy and all those fun places. And but most of the time you can find me over on the DM Charlie Gaming Discord, where I'm running games on Wednesday nights and Friday nights when I'm not here. So
very cool. Matt, did you want to say anything? You want me to talk for you, brother?
Yeah, take it away, Charlie.
All right, I would like to call out Mathematical, our most amazingly talented engineer who is running everything in the background. Thank you. One of the reasons why the production quality is amazing, even while I hand my way through the content. A huge thank you to Frictionless Dan Kahn, the author of many of the pieces that we are playing in this campaign, and the impetus, the idea for us to do this. I mean, I didn't want to do a stream, and then he, twisted my arm, used some pictures that he downloaded off the internet, some things that I had said back when I was younger that, I regret now, but no. He said, let's do this, and we did. So big shout out to him. A huge thank you to Teaslin from Teaslin Art for the use of the art pieces. And amazing. I feel like amazing arts, just awesome. From all of us here,
Obrik.
To all of you, to who, what? Who'd I forget?
Obrik.
We did skip Mitch.
Obrik. Oh, Mitch!
We kind of did a thing together. No,
it's sort of a joint thing. Yeah, you didn't get your, yeah.
It was very
Mitch, do you want your 2
anticlimactic.
cents?
No.
Right.
It would be very anticlimactic at this point.
Dude, you're Gen X.
Mitch.
Shut up.
No, the build-up
We're
is there. You gotta deliver now. You gotta deliver.
Yeah, deliver now. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Mitch.
Ah, shit. Hi, I'm Mitch. You can find me on DM
Mitch.
Charlie's channel where I play games and stuff sometimes.
Hi.
Yay!
Not a goblin.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Definitely
And what?
not.
You know what?
Definitely not a goblin.
Chuck's just muttering things in my ear. I'm like, what? It's like when you watch a news show just completely go south, and you can tell the producers up there just babbling in the newscaster's ear, and they're like, dude,
They're
what?
like,
What
end the show. And
Exactly.
move on to
End
weather.
the show.
Come on.
I'm DM Charlie, and I regret that fact. Thank you for watching us. DM Charlie, I am the face and co-founder, along with DM Warrior, of DM Charlie Gaming, a community of passionate, diverse, inclusive role players built around a cadre of vetted, phenomenal, professional DMs. All hijinks aside, we are committed to consistently delivering exceptional and memorable role-playing experiences. I hope tonight was a taste of it. I also do streaming, ta-da, and I do some content creation along with Frictionless Dan, Dana, and Eeyore. Case in point, Gourmand's Guide to Gastromancy. DM Charlie Gaming, discover your legend, love your game. And as we like to say around here, everyone, in the campaign of life, say yes to the quest. We will see you in a week.
Yes.
Have a good one, everyone.
See ya.
Yes.
Matthew, take us out of here. Thank you.
Good
Theme book for D&D, Gourmand's Guide to Gastromancy.